took a chance using chaos control. Chaos control. Chaos control. Chaos control.
God is not here.
Chaos control. Chaos control. Chaos control.
Coming to you live from Camp Crystal Lake. I'm your host, Travis Wormwood.
The cat don't hit that. All right. From the top.
Jesus Christ.
From the top.
Oh, I took the
You got the fucked up chair.
I took the chair. Yeah, I was like, let me take a ride on this thing. Treasure Hunter Dawson, welcome to Chaos Control.
Yeah.
This is Chaos Control.
Hell yeah.
We are a subsection of the Pumpkin Hill Radio Network. This is your weekly paranormal news, just anything weird we can find on the web that's more contemporary. You know, the Pumpkin Hill Radio proper has more official cases that we dig in. This is more, we're just having fun. We got a cat with us today, Marceline. Extremely in heat.
I'm containing it.
And we have kind of a joke stool in the studio. We have one joke stool out of our two, and I generally will give it to Dawson, not even really knowing.
On it.
And I decided to take it on purpose this time, and let me tell you, it's full of laughs. You got to really stay balanced, basically.
Yeah, you're kind of just leaning on it.
I took a look at the bottom of it, and it's basically, there's just one little part that's not broken. And once that breaks, it's going to be just like a post in the ground. But There's not going to be like it won't be
metal's like fully bent.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll get new chairs. We need new chairs. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
You can help us get new chairs. Support us at patreon.com/Pumpkin Hill Radio. You can just tell your friends. Yeah, subscribe, rate us 5 stars. Those are the ways that you could probably help us out. You can also listen to other shows like Dawson's Diaries.
Yeah.
You can hear that right on the network and on the Patreon, depending on the week. Dawson, I know you've been doing some good work over there. Thanks for joining me on Chaos Control this week. I got a couple good news stories here for us today. Treasure hunter claims to have found legendary lost Nazi gold train. Nazi gold train.
Nazis really like trains.
An anonymous treasure hunter claims to have found the location of the legendary Nazi gold train, said to have been filled with riches from World War II and hidden in Poland. The subject of countless searches in the past, it is basically filled with priceless pieces thought to have been buried in the Polish city of Walbrzych.
Nice.
Local media outlet revealed that community officials received a mysterious missive earlier this year, wherein a man asserted that he found 3 World War I railroad cars hidden in a sizable tunnel in a forested area of the city. Sharing the details of the letter, it described the man's claims as substantive and concrete. Basically, we're dealing with Nazi gold.
Sense.
Anytime we deal with Nazi findings, I'm just wondering what else is in there. I'm sure there's either the gold itself is extremely cursed, right? Or there's items within that are more magical, right? If they're any hidden, any of the stuff they're finding.
Why were they hoarding it like dragons?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
She also noted that the note included several attachments with maps, geodetic data, and a witness account from a resident who lived in the area when the train was allegedly hidden. While the treasure hunter asked his name to be withheld, the town noted that the city officials met with the man who explained how he determined the location of the lost gold train by analyzing various sources and documents. Basically, this guy's a treasure hunter. I just like anytime we got real world treasure in the mix too.
Dude, I want to be a treasure hunter.
Basically, I also like that he just he found it and then he just sends an anonymous note out and he's like,
I found it, guys. Don't kill me, please.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. I guess I'm waiting for sometimes later this year to say he pressed the wrong, he twisted a goblet wrong and it activated.
Yeah.
And now we're within World War IV or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, World War III already happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, that
we're
shit
way
already came
behind.
and gone.
Yeah. Okay, next little story. That was just a nice little hit. Hit of gold. Speaking of gold, eating gold, finding gold. Hopefully I'm not eating Nazi gold here.
Probably
we talked about the Seneca drums when we talked about sky trumpets.
Yeah.
It's just one of these phenomena of random, insanely loud and long range noises over multiple towns or just within the it just seems to be coming off the atmosphere itself.
Yeah.
We have a Cornell study went to investigate a college went to investigate this stuff now.
Good.
So for centuries, many have wondered about booming sounds coming from Seneca Lake. Called the Seneca Drums, the mystery has been attributed to a variety of causes, including folklore. We went over a lot of that stuff in the episode about the trumpets.
Because this isn't like a new thing. This has been happening.
No, it just happens and nobody really knows
Forever.
why. What we found in our main research is like nobody. There's like sometimes an idea raised for like sometimes it's like a plane overhead, but it happens like it's been happening before that, after that, like when that shit's not around.
Because there's some too that are like in certain areas, and it's kind of like a newer phenomenon, or as far as we know. But like, I've heard the theory that like it's they're boring tunnels, and that's like the noise. That's like what this like grinding
some
like
deep earth.
metallic noise is. They're like just drilling through rock and bedrock and stuff. But I don't think that's all of it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's like every single one of them. I think that's some of them.
right. They're just making the.
There's definitely some where like there's like a video of this guy on a ranch, and he like gets to a spot, and he can like you can like hear it's coming from underneath him, and it sounds like a drilling basically.
Huh. That is bizarre.
And it's like out in the middle of
They're
like
just digging some underground.
yeah, it's like in
military stuff.
Montana or like Wyoming or something, just middle of nowhere. And he's like, all right,
Okay, well, according
But-
to folklore in the area,
Yeah,
the sounds are a message from the Iroquois who inhabited the area hundreds of years ago. Which that's interesting. Talk about like
yeah,
resonance from like a different time. I mean, that sounds like part of that definitely seems like it's like some sort of warning, right? But on the other
Yeah.
hand, it's like I don't know what is
usually yeah, it's like an ominous like omen almost. You know what I mean? It's like some shit's gonna go down, guys.
Like, what if there was like a group of, I guess, Iroquois there, like before they were like devastated, right? That like, I guess even like maybe like laid some kind of, I don't know, ancient. I'm gonna just go ahead and go like ancient magic on it. What if they like,
I imagine.
they just like put some kind of psychic tattoo all over the land, blast it for all time. They
What if
just,
they're
like,
the ones tunneling?
oh, you think they went low?
Maybe. And then when the settlers came, they're like, "Oh, these primitive people. That was just the surface dwellers, though. The like hunters that like had to go up top to like gather food and supplies, and then they just kept the secret. They're like, we're not gonna tell them about the underground,
Damn,
the survivors.
that's interesting.
I don't know.
mean,
That's just a
even more-
wild idea.
Even more like, yeah.
We're getting more into like the idea that like the idea of like cavemen were like the people that came out of the bunkers after the cataclysm,
Sure, I like
after
that.
the nuclear
That's
fallout.
some like pre-flood stuff almost.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah. And that's like the ice
pre-post.
age comes from like a nuclear war that wiped out the surface dwellers, and
Ooh,
it's all the preppers that came out of the caves.
Atlantis v. Lumeria.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That's-
just descendants of the preppers.
Mm-hmm. People that knew how to
It's like
survive.
why people
but
still do that. Yeah, people have that like instinct.
They were
to
also
be
like all
we
like the shut-ins basically though.
yeah, it was like we gotta get up there.
Yeah.
We gotta get on the ground again.
Damn.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I like
Maybe.
that idea.
Author James Fenimore Cooper wrote in 1850 that it is a sound resembling that the explosion of a heavy piece of artillery that can be accounted for by none of the known laws of nature. The
Oh,
booms
shit.
are deep, hollow, distant, and imposing. The lake seems to be speaking to the surrounding hills, which sends back the echoes of its voice in an accurate reply. No satisfactory theory has been broached to explain these noises.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the lake talking.
Yeah, well, I
Talking
think
to
that's
the
just more
mountains.
just talking like the echoes of it coming off of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, interesting though. The Department of Environmental Conservation, and the New York State Water Resources Institute at Cornell University in Ithaca have provided. Okay, that's not very much. $12,600
It's like a
as a grant to help investigations
car.
of the Seneca Drums. I know, I'm like
like,
$12K.
like a 2010
Come on, guys,
Honda
let's-
Accord. Yeah, 2012 Honda Accord.
That
with like
goes to show how
150,000 miles on it.
that goes to show how little the paranormal like side of thing makes. Like
Yeah.
you're not
That's
raising.
not even one person's
You're
salary.
not. You're not raising a ton of funds for this stuff, no matter
No.
how famous you get.
It's like,
Yeah.
here's like a little bit.
Um,
Figure out the mystery with like pennies.
Researchers from Cornell and the SNUY College of Environmental Science and Forestry in Syracuse will study recently discovered holes in the bottom of the deepest of the 11 Finger Lakes to determine if they are releasing methane or other chemicals that might explain the booming sound.
Huh.
Okay, that's just like
Maybe.
Okay, the methane shit, I mean, that does, fuck that, right? But the
Yeah.
holes. Tunneling. A little
Yeah.
more, yeah, that's interesting. You already kind of brought up hole, yeah.
The inner earth, man.
Seneca Indians believed that the booming sound came from the Great Spirit who swallowed up Agiatath, the tallest and bravest of all the warriors.
Damn.
Which that maybe just like good coded for like a giant, right?
Yeah.
He was hunting bear and took refuge under a shoreline tree when a thunderstorm came. Lightning struck the tree, and he and the tree fell into the lake. The following day, the Seneca people heard the drums for the first time, which they interpreted as the Great Spirit's curse upon Aginath as violation of sacred hunting codes. So that's how they were perceiving it, right? Others say that the sound of drums they're the drums of the ancestors, evil spirits inhabiting the lake, signals from the gods of thunder, or residual sound left over by the Great Spirit when the earth was created. I like that.
Yeah.
Like it's just left over.
It's just echoes
still
from
happening.
the creation.
Yeah. Wow.
I like that.
In 1934, Herman Fairchild of the University of Rochester explained the drum boom sound as bubbles of natural gas escaping from a layer of sandstone deep beneath the earth and coming up through the water of the lake when they burst with a booming sound.
I mean, if that's not just saying it's echoes from when the earth was created, I don't know.
That also is what it is, right?
That's just scientifically saying what it is, but it's like, bro, that's same thing.
It is conceivable that the layers of mud of the lake's bottom intersect with rocks containing natural gas. I just like this part of the parts about like it's the spirits.
It's the spirits.
It's the spirits, right?
Booming spirits.
I didn't read in the article full enough to see that they only got 12K.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sucks,
That
man.
almost seems like not enough to do anything with if we're trying to do like research on any sort of scale.
Yeah, it's like not even enough to like if you're like doing like money laundering or something, it's like not even enough still.
That's
Like,
like you're
that's
basically
minuscule,
flying
dude.
one person out for a 2-weekend stay.
I think I spend more than that in rent in a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Much
Right.
more than
Yeah.
twice as much as that.
That's funny, dude.
So I don't know, man.
The grant was one of 11 awarded to these organizations above them using money from the state's Environmental Protection Fund. A lot more of it went to places like $45,000 of it went to Birmingham University to study PFAS and foam, so like microplastics in foam on the shorelines of the lakes. That'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
That's they don't know. I don't know. Is that all the money we're giving to research things?
Yeah.
Is it? I feel like we're giving billions.
I need
like,
to know what these noises are more than anything.
even just the regular environmental
Yeah,
stuff. It's
right.
like 40,000. Like that.
Like still, that's like a brand new shitty car.
It's a brand new shitty car.
I think like a new Tesla truck is like $60,000.
Like you can't set up any infrastructure for that amount.
No.
We might be changing the pod to help.
Bro.
everybody.
Yeah, like what? Like a
That's
GMC Denali truck is
crazy.
like $100,000.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right.
What are we doing?
We might have to cover that on a future pod.
Yeah.
We're just-
Dude, speaking of that environmental stuff, did you hear the shit about the like Arctic ice growing?
growing.
Yeah,
No.
it's like gained significant like ice.
Arctic. So in the north.
Antarctic maybe. I
Antarctic.
think both. I think just like polar ice cap.
Polar ice caps.
It's like 180,000 like gigatons of ice have grown
Oof.
since like 2020, basically.
Oh, what?
In like 3 years, it just fucking went off. Like it's growing. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
Nobody's-
what? I thought they were supposed to be gone by now.
Yeah. Huh. That's odd.
So,
Is there anybody covering this, or is there?
I don't know. I found like there's like news articles you can see, and like
I'm sure,
reading,
like,
people breaking it down. A lot of like people that are like they're lying about climate change.
Yeah, I'm
Like
sure.
maybe it's not changing, but like
sure it dips into that.
I think my thing is like I think they're blocking out the sun with the chemtrails, and that's growing the ice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the whole like.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but
I've heard a lot about the polarity of the Earth like shifting.
yeah.
Maybe
Like the
that,
North Pole's like slowly moving to like Serbia.
Right. Yeah. Maybe that's
Or
like
not
just a part of
Serbia,
that slow move.
What the fuck? That cold place in Russia, Siberia, not
Siberia.
Serbia.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just like heading that way just naturally
Just
based on
moving,
like
yeah.
some like magnetics in the Earth or
Yeah, that shit's moving or something.
something.
I don't know.
Well, I can.
I've never been to the core. I don't even
no.
know what's going on down
No,
there.
someday we'll get down to the magma.
Yeah, I want to break the crust.
Yeah, the cult will break
See the
the
giants.
magma at some
Yeah.
point. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna start tunneling.
yeah. We
So
have a lot of reasons to
fund
tunnel.
our research to tunnel to the center of the earth.
What about that one hole in like Russia that they dug? That like super deep borehole?
Yeah, it was like 8 miles.
Where they're like, and they like stopped because they're just like they heard like screaming and shit.
Yeah, they like couldn't go any further, and the sounds are like
They're
it's
like-
like sounds of hell.
There's
basically.
like the video. There's the videos or like audio of them like putting a microphone like down there, just like
We're
running
done.
it down there.
And they didn't even scratch the surface.
And they just like covered it. There's like now this like big huge like thing over it. And like
Yeah,
don't use this.
it was bad.
Bizarre.
Yeah,
Like, we need more experiments like that.
'Cause,
though,
like,
right?
yeah, they're like, we're gonna just drill as far as we can. We're gonna see how far we can get down. And they like that's as far as they got. And like when you look at like how deep the crust is,
That's like just a
bro,
little
it
pinch,
was
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Dude.
We
You gotta go like
further.
100,000 miles down there.
Dude, piercing like the Mother Earth on that scale is very like insane though. Like you're just
Yeah.
like taking no account for anything. Like you like
Let's go.
I don't know what exactly like what would happen, but it feels like it's one of those like
Like maybe we
apocalyptic. Yeah, it's like you
don't need to
bust
do
it
this.
open. It's like, well, shit, we broke the core now.
Yeah.
It's like an Armageddon
Oh
movie.
shit!
type
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
The core is leaking now.
Yeah.
Whoops.
We popped it. Right.
Whoops.
But that being said, I would love to get more super deep boreholes going on and see what's going on down in
Yeah.
Tartaria or not
What the heck's
Tartaria.
under there?
What do they call the underground place?
Agartha?
Agartha.
Yeah, Agartha.
Yeah.
That's like the inner earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to Agartha. Come on now.
Yeah. I got here's another one. Shocking UFO files hidden in presidential library claim U.S. Made successful contact with an alien race. Now we've all heard this story about in the 50s these sort of like
Eisenhower
the
Treaty and
Eisenhower
all that.
treaties, right? This is a trove of unearthed documents has detailed a secret face-to-face encounter with alien beings from more than 60 years ago. More than 50 pages of CIA files, which the FBI continues to say are fakes, claimed that the secret government programs established communications with UFOs in 1959. Doss, you got a cat? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Project
good.
Sigma. Project Sigma, you heard of this?
Oh, nice,
Started in
dude.
1954, used a binary computer language sent along radio signals into space to make contact with alien life. Just 5 years after the interstellar connection, an official from the U.S. Air Force met the extraterrestrials who received these messages. So within 5 years, they get picked up. Very interesting. The files say that on April 25th, 1964, a single intelligence officer met with two aliens at a prearranged location in the New Mexican desert. The same state that the famous Roswell UFO crash allegedly took place. The meeting lasted about 3 hours, during which time the intelligence officer and the extraterrestrials shared basic information about their respective races.
Interesting.
Documents also detailed how a secret government group called the Majestic 12 used their incredible power to keep top secret information on UFOs away from the military and even the White House. We haven't really talked a lot about the Majestic 12, but they are like a total... That's like that's a very big topic within, right?
That's we'll have to do like a whole
We'll do an
episode on
episode. We'll do
that.
an episode.
We gotta get on that.
Several classified projects focusing on alien communications and UFO research fell under Majestic 12's control, with the group revealing to the CIA that they succeeded in their goals of finding aliens.
So weird.
That's just like some cutaways from the documents.
Yeah.
USA intelligence officer met with two aliens at a prearranged location in the deserts of New Mexico.
I don't know. My question is like, what the hell are these things?
Yeah, something that's like...
Why can't I meet them?
It is odd.
I want to meet them.
It seems like...
I say that, but also, man, that's gonna be so scary.
The aliens must have like...
That's gonna be so scary to meet those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. According to the documents that emerged in the 80s, the Majestic 12 was a committee of high-ranking military, scientific, and intelligence officials assembled after the now famous UFO crash in Roswell. The 12-person team was allegedly established through a secret executive order by President Harry Truman in 1947. For over 2 decades, I almost never hear about Truman in that. Oh, I guess we did talk about it. Never mind. For over 2 decades, these experts were tasked with managing investigations into UFO and extraterrestrial contact. We have CIA files that mention Majestic 12, how they oversaw 4 specific projects charged with communicating with aliens, researching UFOs, recovering crashed alien ships, and testing out whether advanced tech all the advanced tech they could find. So that's like what MJ12 is all about, basically.
Nice.
We have stuff like Project Snowbird in 1972, where they had a mission to test flying like a test flight of recovered alien aircraft stuff, which would be very interesting to dig into. What is that one called again? Project Snowbird. Yeah, we'll dig into that. We're not talking about our grandparents fucking flying to Florida for the winter in Wisconsin
It's
here.
a little different.
Yeah.
Going to the Bahamas? Nah.
Later in that same letter, the group told the CIA not to allow a group labeled as AF, which may have stood for the Air Force, to have access to their data. The top secret encounter was not found in the declassified CIA archives, but they were in President Reagan's presidential library that opened in 91. Bizarre. Bizarre. But we're gonna do a full.
Yeah, we gotta get a whole breakdown. On
yeah. So this is like some new docs that just kind of came out, but we'll bring in more because this even goes into these. This finding like debris and like sending out specific like field missions to like collect debris. This is a whole episode that we're digging into.
The black helicopters and Men in Black stuff.
But it's cool that we got some new stuff on it. People
That's
were
cool.
like, they just like found these in the library.
Remember.
Yeah, they just like found them and scanned them in. It's like, well, these were in the like the 40s, so they weren't really put into like a computer.
Yeah,
It was like in like a file somewhere.
I feel like it's
And
like
that
one of
just,
those things
ended up-
too. Yeah, it's like
And it's like maybe somebody walked out of like a black operation book, like a black book operation, like with this folder like under their coat.
Yeah.
And it's like by fucking, they just like get somewhere safe enough to put it in a book, and that book ends up in the president's fucking library. It's like
it's one of those things too where it's been so long that like when you declassify it, like everyone involved's gone now, so you can't really question it. Like they're all dead.
Yeah.
Or
Even,
like about to be.
like the Majestic 12, unless their brains are all like in containers, they would have been adults in the 40s. So it's
Yeah,
like,
no,
this
they
is
would have been like probably like in their 40s,
maybe
then,
in their like middle
30s,
100s,
40s. Yeah. So it's like,
So like, that's
well, we can just like talk about it now.
Yeah.
Even though like, and this is stuff too that like I feel like people like knew about. There's like that like, people are like, bro, they know about this shit. Like someone like heard this and like the word spread, but it was never like confirmed. So like finding that,
so it's cool to have some new docs on that.
Even though like, I mean, wasn't it the U.S. government's like, yeah, there's ETs in the ocean.
Yes.
Aliens in the ocean, and like everyone forgot about it after like a week.
Yeah,
No
I
one
mean, if
cares
it doesn't
anymore.
affect your normal life, like your day to day, then like you just don't care, I guess.
Well, yeah, you like hear that, and it's like, well, P Diddy. What about P Diddy and Kanye? And like, well, I already forgot about the fucking ETs in the ocean.
Yeah.
And the bases down there.
Right. Yeah. So
Not even think about it anymore. Or
set
even
LA
question it or try to find more answers. And I'm like, guys, don't get distracted.
It's like just set LA on fire, and then we don't really.
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
any of that shit,
exactly.
right? I got one here.
What we got?
We
What
have
else we got?
what's going on out there?
We got
Illinois
cats freaking
resident shares chilling encounter with human-like canine monster.
out. Nice, dude.
Okay. Where the hell is my article here?
Beast of Bray Road.
Yeah. This was on
Yeah, dude.
this was on the Phantoms and Monsters site. They recently posted a comment that there was a recently posted comment that someone said they had a run-in with an upright human-like canine monster towering 3 to 4 feet taller than my 54-inch tall horse fence
Yeah.
in northern Illinois. Yikes.
Yeah.
Is
No,
that-
dude, I recently, it was like a few weeks ago now, but I watched a documentary on the Bray Road Beast. And, yeah, that shit's just still happening.
Yeah,
like,
there's-
there's still just people seeing this thing.
Just like
all
creatures
over.
out there. Yeah, dude. So this guy says, I saw the animalistic glowing eyes when I flashed my headlamp in its direction, and a human-like figure as it followed me to the north separated by an electric fence. My firearm drawn, aimed, and unlocked. I didn't have a need to hurt it, so I just gave it a space and privacy as I retreated, undoubtedly fearful, intimidated, confused, and full of wonder as I still questioned what the fuck on earth it was that I was looking at.
Who knows, man?
Was this the Beast of the Bray Road roaming south of the Wisconsin border, or is it something else?
I mean, I imagine his territory is pretty vast.
Upright, human-like canine monster, 3 or 4 feet taller than his 54-inch fence.
54 inches is like 4 feet,
Yeah. Yeah. Ish.
around 4 feet-ish.
Yeah. So we're looking at like a 7 to 8 feet dog, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's-
no thanks, man.
Yeah.
And I
It's
think
not-
probably like, because the stories of the Bray Road Beast, it's like, the people be like driving like 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour away from this thing, and it's just like casually right next to them, like looking into their car, like, hey, just so you know, like If I wanted to, I could like flip your car right now.
Yeah, kind of sounds a little bit like, when we did like our Wendigo stuff. We're dealing with this like maybe something mid-transformation, some way to like, maybe it's like, if it's not just like a beast, maybe it's like some kind of druidic like poison creature.
Yeah.
It's just like some kind of like
Some wretched witch.
creature. Just halfway between this
just lived forever.
yeah. Or it's just like some like species of creepy fucking animal that nobody knows about. That's like even weirder if it's just like a weird canine human naturally occurring thing that just comes up every once in a while.
Seems like it is. Like there's enough sightings where it's like it might just be like this species that like there's like variety in them too. Like there's slight differences where it's like there's probably just different individual ones.
Really weird. Ooh, I'd hate to see that.
No thanks, dude.
All right. Archaeologists
Whoa, hell
discovered 2,300-year-old sword with unexplained symbols. This was they discovered these ancient Celtic swords with enigmatic carvings. Okay, it's like
Whoa.
So there's just some inlaid here. It's like this kind of shit. It's like this very interesting. Like I guess it's like kind of designy, right?
Yeah, it's some ornamental.
And an extraordinary discovery, archaeologists unearthed two 2,300-year-old swords in a Celtic necropolis. Ooh, nice.
2,300. Holy shit.
Yeah, like
so that's like BC.
200 BC, 300 BC, yeah. The swords were discovered in what was believed to be a ceremonial burial site, the blades etched with strange, mysterious symbols. The findings were recently reported in a statement published in French National Institute for Preventive Archaeological Research, shedding new light on the spiritual and martial practices of the Celts. The discovery was made at a burial site believed to be more than 2 millennia old, located in the Celtic heartland of Europe. The site, identified as a necropolis, is as a testament to the wealth and cultural sophistication of the Celtic people during the late Iron Age. They found swords alongside a variety of other grave goods, indicating that these were not ordinary burials, but possibly the graves of important figures, likely warriors or leaders. The swords themselves have, let's see, both decorative elements and as symbols with spiritual and ritualistic meaning. Researchers speculate that the designs could represent gods, celestial bodies, or mythical creatures central to the Celtic belief system. However, they just don't really know. I'm going to be honest. Also, the pictures they provided us, they weren't very good, and I almost just feel like
fake ones.
Yeah. I don't want to. I hate this being like everything I see is fake now. But like the way that they're describing some of this shit, I'm like, The infamous symbols on the swords are believed to be representations of Celtic mythology and could even reflect connections to the Druidic priesthood, known for their secretive rituals and strong connection to the natural world. The importance of these symbols may not be purely artistic. There's a possibility that they were intended to invoke divine protection or signify the sword's role in rituals related to death and the afterlife.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the story ends. They just like found these swords with like strange markings on them.
We don't know what it means, but it's significant.
It's like we actually do have a lot of info from like the Celts and stuff, like and what their symbology and stuff is. So it's interesting to find like sort of new ones, and there's like
what
they're not really showing us kind of, and it's
like
all like
old. Yeah, it's like
it's probably from druids, probably for rituals with the gods. It's like
most likely.
Yeah, nice.
Or it was like a sword. They were slaying dragons with that shit.
Oh.
Powerful, sigils on it to fucking take down dragons.
Right? Yeah, they're just like that is.
Which dude, have you seen? There's an old dictionary, and like you look up dragon in it, and it's like now rare.
Yeah, I think I did see that.
The now rare. I'm like,
we got a dragon episode coming up at some point.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
And it's like with like the Chinese zodiac too, with like all the animals are real.
And there's also this.
And then
dragon
there's just a dragon, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
the dragons are real.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
The first, I mean, it's like they say the first, like some of the first emperors were dragons, right? They had like 2,000-year reigns, and it's like I kind of lean into that idea.
Dragons are like kind of like the serpent's like a fallen angel, and a dragon's like got the wings, so it's like trying to return. So it could just be like a word for like God, like different God kind of head kind of things. Like we might have just totally lost the meaning of dragon.
Yeah,
It might just mean like that, like Nephilim being
That's funny. I had somebody at work the other day. They had like a necklace, and I was like, "Oh, I thought it was like a dragon head." So I was like, "Cool, like dragon necklace." And like it actually was like an angel, and they were
Nice.
"Oh, I didn't even think about that." And then like the next day, they were like, "I haven't been able to stop thinking about how angels are just dragons."
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like-
Yeah, hell
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes
Come to
sense.
these
Yeah.
same conclusions.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
lastly, here in the news, this week we do have some new crop circles that came up.
Oh, nice.
Like 13 miles from Stonehenge. They came up within like a matter of like less than an hour. Yeah, like only a few minutes in the dark.
Yeah.
Apparently, they just like happened. I had some overhead views of them. It was like some like kind of Celtic knot looking shit, but pretty intricate. I was also I was like looking at some of like some other like crop circles. Those are like super interesting as
dude,
do
do you remember that video? There's like an old video of a guy that like caught these orbs making crop circles.
Sometimes I feel like I do not remember what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but they do. Yeah, there is like fucking orbs over the
Yeah.
fields. It seems like
And it literally just like they just like appear, and he's like, "What the hell?"
mhm.
And it's like these like crazy, like designs, these like intricate, like geometry, basically.
Yeah, it's like it could be. Yeah, people claim they're a form of communication. Somebody was
Yeah.
saying like if you look at it from like the top view, you're supposed to get like downloads of information. Some like kind of like it's supposed to. It's almost like looking at some kind of QR code. But
I imagine
for,
like getting
your,
in
your soul. Yeah.
Yeah, getting into those, you probably like wouldn't even realize it'd like slowly decode after like months, but you'd be like probably have some weird dreams afterwards,
I bet.
weird symbolism and like messages.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I want to go visit some crop circles, dude.
Yeah,
I
mean,
to Stonehenge too.
80% of crop circles happen in like the UK.
Yeah,
That I was like have here, and so that's also like an interesting thing. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like if it was like a human behavior, it would happen like you know how many like crops there are in America.
Yeah, which I know there was like those like hoaxers that would do it. They'd go out and do it, but it would be like they'd go out there and it would take them like 8 hours.
You generally.
And it'd be like 6 dudes.
You can kind of prove when it's a hoaxer, to my knowledge, and
'cause
also
you can
like,
see the way it's bent is different. Like
Yeah.
you can tell if someone like stepped on it with like a board, where like
Mhm.
some of these they're like bent without being broken.
yes, yeah,
At like all at the same angle too. It's not like there's no like differential like angles to it.
yeah. You're right. There's
It's
been like
perfect.
there's been reports of people seeing these orbs, and then like even like beams, like kind of like tracing it out, like basically like I don't know, burning it into the ground, or like or like just like forcing it into the ground. If it's just like a force of pressure, like bending all these things down, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting. But it's cool to see new ones come up. They still don't know. The guy, like the owner of the farm, is like, quote, very upset.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, fuck, man.
Just like, I lost a lot of valuable crops.
Yeah.
It's like his
I'm out
input.
like 10K.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's hard life for a farmer, dude, let alone fucking getting crop circled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Orbs of white and other strange beams appeared over fields moments before the crop circles formed.
Yeah, probably
Interesting.
related.
Perfectly bent but not broken or cut by machinery.
Yeah.
That's how
Go
you
just go to a crop and try to bend a fucking corn stalk.
without breaking
Without
any of
breaking
them,
it.
without giving it
Not
these
gonna
like
happen.
markings like you're stepping on it. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Crop circle episode at some point too. You know, they all come around.
I might have to
but,
cover crop circles.
Yeah.
I want to find that video of the dude that
I mean, that's like such a phenomenon. Because I
Yeah.
feel like it came out a lot in like the 70s when you first like had like video recording and stuff. And you can actually see them.
I remember when we were kids too, because that was like when I remember like, crop circles were a thing and like signs came out, and then there was like, I remember like a whole like it was like one of those like fluff news reports where it was
Just,
like
completely deep.
these guys are the ones making the crop circles,
It's
and like
all of them, all the
like,
time,
bro, no,
in
that's
minutes.
not the same thing. No.
In minutes, that like drunk
they're all
dude.
doing. There's like 100,000 dudes doing this around the
Like,
world.
that dude with his flannel like halfway unbuttoned wrong, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
this
like,
guy,
nah,
this
man.
guy that's been drinking all day to go
Like,
do it. Like, what are you talking?
That's the thing is like, yeah, like what is this guy doing this as a full-time job?
And
Who's
then
paying him?
And they have that on like they'll have like History Channel reports, where they'll like send out like people to like recreate it, and they like sort of can, but it's like a team of 6 over like and like
8
mapping it
hours,
all
dude.
out with like all this other tech,
Mhm.
and they get back and they're all so proud, and it's like. But that was like super hard, and like you barely get it, and you needed like a whole team of like the History Channel to get
Yeah.
it done. And it's like these are getting done in minutes. And
Yeah, like the video too. The
there's
video
not any
of
lights. There's not with no lights, no
yeah,
headlamps even.
the
like,
the video of these orbs doing it, like it's been like analyzed. Like there's it's not fake.
Dude, I'm seeing even more videos. Like I'm seeing more like angles or like breakdowns of like the 3 orbs going over the Malaysian.
Yeah,
airline,
dude.
too. That's
I love seeing that like hit the like mainstream with people.
Yeah.
There's like big podcasts and like, what is
What the
this?
fuck is going on here?
What happened?
And, like
to
a
those
lot.
people?
I mean, just generally in the news lately, it's like orbs all over the fucking place, all over the place. I can't even like watch them all.
No.
I'll like scroll through them sometimes. It's like I just can't take anymore.
And then there's just so much other stuff that like no one even thinks about it.
Yeah.
Because it's so otherworldly. It's easier to like think about like the Diddy trial and all this other crap, all this other junk going on. Oh, there's like war, India and Pakistan going to war. It's like, yeah, but like there's these orbs no one can explain, just doing whatever they want. And we're like, yeah, they're drones.
They're just drones. They're perfectly spherical drones with no exhaust or any kind of output, no sound.
Yeah, it's
seem
like,
to
well,
be able to-
maybe the world governments have like that technology, but it's like, bro,
It's like
I don't think
The
so.
orbs are also like expanding and contract. Like they're like gaining and losing weight and size. It's like I don't know what is that. Like I can't think of any one thing on Earth that is that besides like
Something otherworldly, something outside of like human.
yeah. I'm thinking of. I guess I'm imagining like playing with like some like goo.
Yeah.
And
if it
like,
is-
would break
if-
a little bit
yeah.
of that off, maybe. It's like,
And if it is like governments doing it, then it's like, you know, you could go back to that alien file that was found in that book.
Is that-
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna dig
That's
way
what
into
that
that
is
at some
then.
point because we got some new docs to cover on that.
Yeah, dude,
I
we
love
gotta
a
get
good-
into dragons, UFOs, Majestic 12. It's all coming.
You hear that, folks?
Full breakdowns, but this is nice having some good news on it though.
Yeah, this is just.
I love
the,
updates on
this
that
is the
shit.
chaos control. This is fast,
Yeah.
quick, reckless speculation at times.
Yeah.
And basically that's what we got for the week. This
Hell
has
yeah.
been chaos control. I'm Travis. Dawson with me today. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
coming over. We'll see you
All right,
next
guys.
time.
See ya.